All right, here we are. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and the temperature outside is up to about 45. Nice, bright, warm sun, and you can see that we've got bees. This is my double deep, and we got bees coming out. I got swarms on my mind. But anyway, this is one of the first hives to show life, so to speak. I did check this hive over here, this colony. I looked in, took a peek in the top as I was changing out their quilt, and there's bees in there. I saw them. And then down here, little experiment on the long hive, the Langstroth long hive. You can see a wire going in. That isn't a terrarium heater, and I put that in about a week ago, anticipating the cold weather, and you can see that we do have bees in the long hive. I'm not going to take the blanket off, the double bubble blankets, but I'm satisfied that we've got that colony has survived. Here we go. That's actually a combination of 9 and 10. That's one colony, 9 and 10. Now we're waiting. 13 and 14 were rather large colonies, and so they should be a-okay. And then down here at 17, this is one of our oldest colonies. We should start to see activity here as well. We'll come back later this afternoon, or we'll come back later, and maybe around 2 o'clock we should really see a lot of activity by then. It's supposed to be up to 50. So there you go. It is January 25th, Saturday, and it's my younger brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Andy. Anyway, we'll be back. We'll be back this afternoon, and hopefully we'll see how many have survived. I'm very optimistic, because I just think I saw one come out over here. The one that I was worried about the most was this combination of 9 and 10 in the horizontal. But lo and behold, as you can see, they're doing just fine. They made it. This morning's temperature was, I want to say 17. And then yesterday's low temperature was around 17, 18. These temperatures are a good 10 degrees lower than normal. The normal actually 10 to 20 degrees. The normal lows around this time of year are 35, and so you can see we're 20 degrees below normal. But so far so good. We got bees, and I'm learning all the time. I've been told over and over to don't put a heater. Let's talk about that for a minute. Don't put a heater in your hive. Well, it depends on what kind of heater you put in your hive. We have a beekeeper, local beekeeper I've known for several years, many years. He was our local, our neighborhood police officer for quite a while, and then moved up to the VA. And he told me all about using terrarium heaters. He started using 4 or 5 years ago, and since then I've purchased and used several terrarium heaters, and they do put out heat, but again, the important thing is to raise the temperature inside that hive to at least 40-45 degrees. And a terrarium heater is going to do that, because the bees then, when they cluster and shiver, then they are working at a 45 degree temperature rather than a 25 degree temperature. Makes a big difference. And we'll explore more of this. But there you go. I'm showing you right now that this horizontal colony, combined 9 and 10, have survived probably the coldest weather we've had in a long time, in many years. So there you go. So far so good. And we're waiting to see over here, we're waiting to see some more activity over here, and also over here. Oh, there's a bee. There's a dead bee that wasn't there a minute ago. So that tells me there are undertaker bees working inside number 14 and number 13. So, well, wait and see. See you later. All right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, that I'd come back later this afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock, 17, as expected. It's very active. And then we slide over here, and 14 is doing very well, as expected. Lots of bees in 14. And 13 got bees there too. And of course, as we go down the line, 10, 9, 10, it's great. 7 looks terrific. 4 down here is doing well. But number 1, our Australian hive, lo and behold, I see a bee in the entrance, and because that's an R7, insulating value is an R7. Let's zoom back. An R7, there you go, there's bees. It's going to stay warmer, and then it's gonna warm up slower, and it's alive. We got bees in number 1. So the good news is, friends and neighbors, fellow beekeepers, as we look down the line here, we're in really good shape. So we'll be probably need to back up and let this bee come in. We'll probably split 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these hives, just like last year, we'll end up splitting. And then we'll end up trapping anywhere from 20 to 25 swarms. So we'll bring some of those in. So we'll end up with 18 back here. I don't want any more than 18. I've had as many as 25, 30 here and on the other side of the backyard where the garden is. And that's too many bees. I got to where you couldn't walk in the backyard without dodging bees. Oh yeah, look at number one. Yep. And what's kind of neat, and we'll show you that in a minute, these bees are going over to the feeder and picking up that Ultra Bee pollen substitute. And here we are at the feeder, and as you can see, at my feeder, it's a makeshift feeder. I took a top and turned it upside down, put it on top of a plastic table, little end table. And one of my projects is going to be to make this larger and more waterproof. But there's still some Ultra Bee and they're getting it. Okay. Excellent. Alrighty. So let's scan over and sort of into the sun. And a lot of times we'll see bees flying. I'm going to back up. Back up, and sometimes you get the sun just right. Yeah, there we go. Yep. And we're looking back towards the workshop and where the beehives are. And if you get the sun just right, let's back it up. Sun just right, we'll see bees flying back and forth. But I see a few, but the sun needs to be further along than where it is right now. But there you have it. They're back. They're active again. Back at it. And I will tomorrow I will make sugar water bags, and we'll put those out, and we'll put more Ultra Bee pollen substitute in the feeder, because the coming week is going to be very pleasant back in the normal 35 to 55 range.